Hello, you guys. It is now May 1st. I cannot believe it. That is so crazy. I'm going to try to film this video super quickly. If you're new here, I'm Monique Anai, and every single month I do a recap and then also set my new goals and habits for the following month. So I want to quickly go over April. The month of April, my big three goals were calorie deficit. So to track my calorie deficit as many days as I could, to unplug at 11 p.m. every single night, and then to strength train 2 or 3 times a week. So those are the top three that I was focusing on, but I have a lot written down. So I have a calorie deficit, protein goal, 90 ounces of water, daily reading, unplugging at 11, morning routine, workout, strength train, journal. So that was a lot of habits to track. I actually fell off of tracking, especially the last 2 weeks. First 2 weeks, I did really good at tracking. Last 2 weeks, not so good. It has been finals week. And so I feel like when I get stressed out, this gets put on the back burner, like every other good thing I'm trying to do in my life. But I want to go over basically how I did. So 13 out of 30 days, I was able to stay on track with my calorie deficit. 7 out of 30 days, I stayed on track for protein. When it comes to water, I just completely stopped tracking and I don't think that I was reaching 90 ounces, maybe some days 60. So I definitely have to do better on that. Daily reading, 8 out of 30. At the beginning, unplugging was really hard for me because it's literally an addiction. What am I not addicted to? But it's just, I'm used to scrolling on my phone. I've talked about this. I've been trying to completely unplug. And my friend Monica told me about this app called Jomo, and I downloaded it and it's been a game changer. I'll have the link for it in the description box below. But basically, you create these roles and your phone will lock whatever apps you select. It's really helpful if you're trying to lower your screen time. Once I started using that app, it's been super easy to unplug. I've also noticed a major difference since I started using it, mainly because I didn't realize that a lot of the content that I was consuming can sometimes instill fear or increase my stress and cortisol. And so there was a point in time where I decided, you know what, on the weekends, let myself be on my phone a little bit longer. But I quickly realized that I was feeling more anxious, more stressed. And I'm like, no, 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 let's go back because since I started using that app, I've been feeling more rested. My mental health feels better. And so I really love that app. And I highly recommend it if you are somebody that's trying to reduce your screen time. My morning routine, 22 out of 30. I feel like that's just become a part of me. I'm so happy because I never was the type of person that had a morning routine, that did a little bit of makeup every day. That just was not me. But now it's me. I'm the type of person that gets a little bit ready every single day. For my workouts and strength training, I did 6 out of 30. So I did miss my goal there, but I am happy that I at least got started with strength training again. I was able to do 8 burpees in 1 minute, and I'm going to do it again and see how many burpees I can do because I feel like I can do more than 8. I do feel like I'm getting some stamina back and I need to start daily stretching. But yes, journaling, I totally fell off. I did 8 out of 30 days. I also didn't track every single time, but that's pretty much it for the month of April. Now let's get into May. For my habit tracker in May, I decided to reduce the columns just to be more focused and intentional about the habits that I put on here. So, first, I have clean eating. I decided that I'm ready to take a break from tracking. Although tracking really helps me stay on track, it's also such a mental load, and I want to focus more instead of focusing on a number, focus more on the actual quality of food that I'm eating, making sure that it's nutritious and not so much processed junk. So when you think about clean eating, it's like, what exactly does that mean? For me, clean eating is going to mean no junk food, no fried foods, and no added sugars. So that's going to be my guidelines for clean eating. It's not exactly 100% clean eating because I'm still going to probably have my protein shake, which is considered processed, and maybe like tortillas, which are considered processed unless you make them homemade. But basically, clean eating is going to be no junk food, no fried food, and no added sugars. The next habit that I'm going to be doing for May is daily walks. I got my blood work back from my yearly physical, and I no longer have high cholesterol, which I'm super happy about. But there is one of my numbers that's a little bit more elevated. And so she told me, you need to get your walks on, girl. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on, is going on a walk every single day. I also signed up for a 5K. It's not until December, but that gives me 8 months to get prepared, get my body ready to jog slash run 3 miles. My next goal is going to be to upload more organic content. If you guys have noticed, I have had sponsored posts, which I'm super grateful for. This is the first time that I've ever worked with a brand to this capacity. And so I want to make sure that I'm still including organic content in between those sponsored posts. And I feel like I've been doing the minimum, but I want to do more because, especially now that the semester's over and I won't have 5 classes going on, I'll be able to really just focus on my creativity, focus on my weight loss journey, and also film it for you guys. The next habit that I'm going to be tracking, which is kind of automated ever since I started using the Jomo app, is going to be unplugging, except I'm going to unplug from 10:30 to 12 p.m. You are able to change rules, so I'm hoping that's going to be my habit, is that I keep this rule set for the entire month. My next habit is daily reading. Since I've been unplugging and not being on my phone at night, I figured my Kindle will be a great swap, and it's worked out really good. I enjoy reading at night. Sometimes I get sucked into a good book, but usually I get tired enough to go to sleep instead of like when you're on the phone, it's just like scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. So daily reading is going to be another habit that I'm tracking. Next is daily journal. I do use the Hustle Sanely Peacefully Productive Journal. I really like it because it's structured to essentially have monthly check ins with yourself. And then you have those 3 focus goals, which for me this month are going to be clean eating, daily walks, organic content. So I feel like it really narrows down what you're working on. But also, I have those extra habits just because they're also things I want to work on, but I'm not going to beat myself up about it. They're second priority, if that makes sense. Of course, I'm going to try to do everything, but the big 3 is like the main focus that I feel like really aligns with my goals and really pushes me forward to accomplish said goals. And my last habit that I'm going to be tracking is a 5-minute check in. You guys know, if you watch my channel, that the last couple of weeks I've been having what I call the depressies, which is basically when I'm going through a little depression wave. And that usually happens when I'm overwhelmed, and sometimes for no reason at all. But I do think that it has to do with me not proactively practicing mindfulness, proactively being present. And so that's something that my therapist told me to work on. She assigned me these videos and this thing called spatial audio, spatial music, which basically is supposed to help your brain with anxiety and depression. I don't know. I'm going to be trying it out. But basically, on my habit sheet, I have it marked as 5-minute check in, where I put my headphones on, listen to that music, and just do a body scan, kind of like a meditation. I'm going to leave it open in case I feel like doing a meditation or I feel like doing a body scan or the spatial music. But yes, that's going to be all of the habits that I'm tracking this month. Let me know if you're working on any habits too. If there's any goals that you have for the month of May, let me know in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.